Hi, everybody. My name is Riley. I'm an enrollment counselor here at Charleston Southern. We are joining Dr. Palmer today. He is in the College of Business. He's going to go over a little bit about the program and some of the different majors and options that you have as a business student. And then we are open to any questions that you guys have. So Dr. Palmer, take it away.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm David Palmer. I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Charleston Southern University. And I just wanted to share a few things with y'all today. Oops. I just wanted to share a few things with you today about Charleston Southern and our College of Business. And the first thing that I want to tell you is that I truly believe that Charleston Southern is the very best place for you, period. We're very fortunate to have a group of faculty members who are well-skilled, who have great experience in business, and who care about their students. And I think that's extremely important when we talk about the way that you interact and the way that you learn. So what's the College of Business about? First thing I want you to understand that we're a Christian university, and the members of our faculty at CSU are Christians. So the first thing is Christ is the most important thing. And leading as Christ would lead is an important part of what we teach at CSU. Secondly, we talk about community, the community of people on CSU campus and the people that we serve around the community. So the community is very, very important. And then finally, commerce, because we want you to be prepared for a job, for a career in business. So you see a little bit of what we call alliteration there, Christ, community, and commerce, to make it easy for you to understand and to remember. So you see this little Venn diagram, probably something you've seen since you were very young, taking math classes. And you see these Venn diagrams, and you see Christ, community, and commerce there as the main focus of what we do at CSU. The interaction of those Venn diagrams puts us in three things: friends, faculty, and students. So where you see the interaction or the intersection of Christ and commerce, you see faculty. Where you see the intersection of community and commerce, you see us reaching out, getting into the community for community service. And then between Christ and the community, you see our friends. These are the people who are out there who support us financially, who support us by providing internships to our students, consultancies, and other things. But at the very center of what we do is students. That's the most important thing for us, is that we are a student-centered university, and our College of Business is very centered on you as a student. So what do? First, we want to lead in learning, leading, and serving. First thing we do, learn, lead, and serve in the College of Business. Second, we want to integrate, and I think the most important thing we do is integrate Christian principles with current theory and practice. So we're going to teach you the same things that you would learn at any business college. But more importantly, we're going to provide that with a Christian point of view. So I think that's going to be something that's very, very important for you as we move forward. The third thing is preparation. So you get preparation for a career through excellent teaching, mentoring, and experiential learning. Experiential learning being the types of things we do with consultancies and internships. Mentoring, having people come in who speak to your classes, who speak to you individually, who advise us on how to make certain that you have a great career. And then finally, through excellent teaching. And we'll talk a little bit more about some of our excellent teachers later. Hands-on learning experience, travel internationally, internships, and those consultancy opportunities that allow us that experiential learning. And then finally, the differentiated value in the marketplace. Differentiated means not the same as everybody else, not the same type of degree, but a better degree than you would get anywhere else. And that's the differentiated value. And what that tells us is that we have our people out there in these businesses that are looking for graduates who are capable of fulfilling their needs. And we feel that Charleston Southern Buccaneers are the best ones to fulfill those needs. These are our programs: accounting, financial management, marketing, management, human resources, supply chain management, economics, and entrepreneurship. And I'm going to just give you an idea of the types of jobs that are available in each one of those programs. So if you're interested in accounting, you may want to get a degree and be a staff accountant or an internal auditor at a firm. You may want to get a CPA. We can help you do that with our accounting program. You can work in a business, you can work for businesses, you can be a consultant. There are plenty of jobs available for accountants. If you're interested in economics, we can create a training ground for you where you can work toward graduate degrees, a law degree, or maybe even later, a doctorate in economics. So what do you do with a degree in economics? Well, you can teach and do research. You can also work in financial services or public administration, work in the government. Those opportunities are always there. When we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about being creative and innovative, creating an environment where people want to improve. So we have entrepreneurship, research and development, small business management, those types of things in entrepreneurship. Financial management, different types of fields that we can talk about, primarily personal financial management, personal financial planners, financial analysts and consultants. Work in the bank services industry as a bank manager or a loan officer. Those things are available in financial management. We also have human resources management. This program equips students with skills to work with people. And this is going to include the HR generalist or the HR manager who helps people with all the issues of insurance, of benefits, of making sure that the company complies with all the federal standards for the way we treat our employees. We could also be somebody who recruits employees for a firm. Lots of different things that we can do in HR. If you're interested in management, you can have multiple targets and multiple goals that you can accomplish in that type of career, including strategic planning, personnel management, sort of like HR, production, quality control. Those types of things are very, very important to you as a manager. If you're interested in marketing, we can include things in this dynamic job environment that include sales and customer service, public relations, purchasing, marketing research, going out and determining what customers need and what they want. And then we move to another very specific part of marketing, which is logistics and supply chain management. So if you're interested in supply chain management, which is one of the fastest growing fields in the country, especially in the Charleston area, since we are the third largest port on the East Coast. So we can talk about buying. We can talk about buying, inventory planning, transportation management, product life cycle management, warehousing, and then we can talk about reverse logistics. That is, people have returns. Somebody buys something at Amazon and needs to send it back. That's part of what we do with logistics. Okay, moving forward. People are often concerned about accreditation. And accreditation is very important to us because it lets you know that we follow specific principles and practices that are the best in business education. And we are accredited by the International Accreditation Council for Business Education. We just call it the IACBE. And they have annual reporting and annual standards that we have to fulfill in order to stay accredited. You know, we have a daughter who is now 27 years old. 10 years ago, she was a junior in college. And our thoughts were, what are we going to do with her? Where is she going to go to school? What kind of career is she going to get? And one of the things that we wanted to do was, one of the things that we wanted to do was find out where the people who went to her college were getting jobs. And I want you to see some of these jobs, many places, these employers, because many of them are companies that you know, like IBM and Boeing and Santee Cooper, Blackbaud right here in Charleston, Morgan Stanley. We have students who've gotten jobs in New York City at places like Ernst & Young. We've been very, very fortunate to place our employees, our students, in great places of employment. Some students come here for 3 or 4 years and decide then they want to go to graduate school. Well, where do we send our students for graduate school? You can see that we send them to College of Charleston. We send them to Georgia State in Atlanta, to Clemson, to South Carolina, to the University of North Carolina, Liberty University. I know that just recently we had a student go to law school at the University of Alabama. So we're very, very fortunate to have good connections and good opportunities for students in graduate program placement. So another thing that when my daughter was looking for a school that we looked for was, what does it take for them to get a degree? Well, at Charleston Southern University, it takes 125 student credit hours. 47 of those are in the liberal arts core. The liberal arts core includes reading, writing, math, science, and those types of things in those 47 hours. And then you have a business major. Our typical business major is made up of 39 hours of basic business, which is the business core, and 24 hours in your major. So let's say that you're a marketing major. We would have 24 hours that are specific to your understanding the processes, the skills you need to be in marketing. So, you know, you're going to look at a lot of different universities. Y'all are very fortunate. You're getting ready to go to college, or you're going to go to college a year from now. You're going to go a lot of places and look a lot of different places for a university, for a college of business. And I want to tell you some of the things that are unique about CSU that might sway you toward attending Charleston Southern. First, we have a Christian worldview and faith integration in every class. You know, some classes, it's easier to integrate faith, say, in a marketing class where there's a lot of specialty designed toward people-to-people communication, whereas compared to accounting, where it's really quantitative and just a lot of numbers, to be honest. So differing degrees of faith integration, but faith integration in every class. We have 16 great faculty members, and almost every one of those faculty members has 10 or 15 years of business experience that they can call on to come back to tell you about the business applications and processes that they're teaching you. So not only do they know the theory, they know the practice. You get personal attention from faculty and staff. There's a low student-to-faculty ratio. Across campus, it's about 17-1. In the College of Business, our largest class has 30 students. Typically, a very small class may have 6. So we're right in that 17-20 range of student-to-faculty ratio in every class. All of our professors are trained to be personal advisors for you. So they can help you work on that 4-year window toward graduation by helping you establish a plan and sticking to that plan. Our goal is for you to come to CSU in the fall and 4 years later graduate in May. And our advisors are trained to help you do that. And finally, I'm going to talk a little bit later about our outstanding internship program. And you can see these pictures on the right are our students interviewing for internships at one of our internship fairs here on campus. So what else do we offer? The CSU Career Center is very, very helpful to us in helping you create resumes and find job opportunities. So that's resume building and job placement. We have a Center for Personal Financial Management that I'll tell you a little bit about later. We have a Student Advisory Council. If you look at the picture on the top right, you will see a recent group from our Student Advisory Council. These are students who have input into the things we do every day in the College of Business, the classes we teach, the way we teach, and they're there to help us better serve the students in our college. We have community service and involvement projects we'll talk about in a minute. And then we also have international trips and study abroad. You can see that we have group trips, individual study abroad, and international students. And you can see here on the bottom right is a picture of our faculty member, Arnold Height, and about 7 of our international students who are here on a full-time basis getting their degree. Another thing that we do often is we help across campus in training other faculty and staff about leadership, strategy, and other areas. And if you look, you'll see this picture has one of our faculty members, 4 of our College of Business students, and a group of CSU senior officials learning about a book called The 4 Disciplines of Execution, which we later took and used to create the strategic plan for the university. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, we have the Center for Personal Financial Management. And the Center for the Center for Personal Financial Management has 4 main goals. First is to teach CSU students from a financial management from a biblical perspective. I think it's really important that we understand money, and we understand that money's not evil, but that the love of money is what's bad. And we want to teach you to manage your money and use it wisely. Our second thing is we want to develop Christian leaders who can provide sound financial counsel. And we do this first for undergraduates, where they can learn to help other undergraduates be better financial managers. And hopefully, they will take those skills they develop and turn those into a career as a personal financial manager. So we teach you to do it on campus as well as in a personal career. And then finally, we have the opportunity to create connections with schools, churches, and community to go out and visit people and tell them about personal finance, whether it's high schools, church groups, or something like that. On the right, you can see that this picture, the top picture, was in November of 2019. And we had a guest speaker, and we had several students attend the launch banquet for our Center for Personal Financial Management. And then these 4 young ladies here on the bottom right recently attended the Kingdom Advisors National Conference and were able to interview for internships and jobs with financial management companies. Last year, we sent a group of students to Boeing. We have a Boeing plant here in Charleston, and we took about 60 students to Boeing for a visit to their campus and a review of some of the things Boeing's doing in building their 787 airplanes in Charleston. We do community service. We worked with Dorchester County Habitat a few years ago in building a house. We were there, as you can see on the left, we were there framing from the very beginning when they were framing the house all the way to putting the roof on the house before they got it all blacked in and ready to and rainproof. We also do study abroad. We have 40 study abroad locations. Some of the places you could go are England, University of Westminster, the University College of Dublin in Ireland, the University of Auckland in New Zealand. We also have a great partnership with a university called Wiener Neustadt in Vienna, Austria. So we're able to send students all over the world to do 1 semester of study abroad. We also have this Experiential Learning initiative. The thing I like about this is this gives you an opportunity to experience international travel, or being a consultant, or being an internship. So it helps you prepare for your career. So we do international travel. We may take a group who will do a marketing and a mission trip at the same time. Or a few years ago, we did a consultancy with a local business. So we say we have a local not-for-profit who needs some strategic planning or marketing help. We'll take a class and we'll do consulting for that company. And then what we try to encourage is for every student in the College of Business to do an internship. And I'll give you a little bit more on internships in a few minutes. So lots of opportunities to experience and put into practice what you learn in the classroom. I think that that's the very important thing of this, because it gives you the opportunity to know, hey, I like being an accounting major and I see how that works. Or I like being a marketing major and I see how that works because I've practiced it. So that's very important. International travel. Last year, we sent a group of about 10 students to Guatemala. They had a great time. They worked in a coffee business there. They helped them with social media, with a marketing plan, and they also were able to go to some schools and do Bible studies and stuff like that during the summer. Our intention was to go to Europe this spring. We had a group of 25 students who were going to go to Italy and spend 10 days. They were going to do things like go to Venice. They were going to go to Milan. They were going to go to the Ferrari factory. And guess what happened? COVID-19 came along. And so for the same reason that we're doing our first look online today, we were unable to send our group to Europe for our Italy trip. We were very, very disappointed. And we're hoping that we'll be able to do the trip during spring break of 2021. Our goal for May of 2021 is to send a group to South Korea. Still on a little bit of hold on that, hoping to make an announcement in later summer that we will be sending a group of students to Asia or to South Korea for a business trip. Here's the group from Guatemala. Consulting, like I said, and they helped them with social media. We have professors that go with you to guide you and help you through those projects. We also do consultancies. A few years ago, we helped Dorchester County Habitat for Humanity make decisions about marketing and whether they would open a second store in Dorchester County. So if you're from Somerville or somewhere around the northern part of Charleston, you know where, you know about Dorchester County, you know about the Dorchester County Restore. And our students, I felt like, just did a terrific job of helping them make the right decision about whether to add a second Restore. Internships, so we can participate in hands-on learning and get and understand your potential career. So in this school year, 2019-2020, we've had over 60 students participate in internships. I think that's awesome. That's almost 20 students in the summer, 20 in the fall, and 20 in the spring. We've put them everywhere from nonprofits to accounting firms to manufacturing firms. More than 40 companies, some of them very small, some of them very large, have helped us in placing those students. And what we're able to do is every spring we have an Internship Expo where you can meet with companies and learn who potential internship hosts are, and then go talk to them, interview with them, and have those learning opportunities in an internship. So where do we put people in internships? Here's some different places. South Carolina Federal Credit Union. Total Comfort Solutions is a heating and cooling company, HVAC. We have students at Northwestern Mutual and Aflac who work in the insurance business. Trident Medical Center. We've put people at Kiowa Island Golf Resort who work in marketing or work in management and finance there. Chick-fil-A, Mediterranean Shipping Company is here in Charleston. It's the second largest shipping company in the world. We put both undergraduate and graduate students there in internships. Plenty of opportunities here for us to find a place for you to work in an internship. Internship Expo, I've talked a lot about this. It's one of the best things that we do for our students is we provide an Internship Expo. So 20 businesses were at this one in February. There were 40 students participating. And we don't want you just to go into an internship interview and not be prepared. So we have a 1-hour class for our internship students. And in that 1-hour class, we do a few things. And these are those 3 things. We talk about your resume and what's going to make it most effective for you in trying to find that internship opportunity. So number 1, we help you with your resume. We also help you with like what we call a 1-minute elevator speech or an introduction so people know who you are. Second, we talk about interviewing techniques, etiquette, and dress. We want you to make that very best first impression. And so we train you to make certain that you can do that. And then finally, we'll help you understand that an internship interview is just like a job interview, and that you want to present yourself as well as possible because you're not only representing yourself, but you're also representing your family and Charleston Southern. And I want to tell you a little bit about our faculty and some of our people because they're the ones who are going to impact your life the most while you're at Charleston Southern. And it's our people that make a difference. These are our faculty members. New faculty members, some of the faculty members have been here a long time. 2 faculty members recently won teaching awards. This lady in the top left, Dr. Mayla Wyeth, just won the university-wide teaching award for excellence. In other words, that said that she was the most excellent teacher on campus at Charleston Southern. And in the bottom right-hand corner, Dr. Darren Gertis, in the fall of 2018, was awarded a national award for his excellence in teaching. Moving forward, this is a picture of Dr. Gertis when he won his teaching award in 2018. Another thing that we do is we include a board of advisors to help us make good decisions about what we're teaching you as students. So it's not just faculty. Some of us, I worked in industry for 25 years before I became a professor. We have others who've worked 10 or 20 years, but it's been a while since I've been in industry. And it's good for us to have a board of advisors who can help us make decisions about the best tracks and the best opportunities for you as students. So this is our board of advisors. We meet 3 times a year. We go over everything from curriculum to budget to how we can help students learn more and have better opportunities for their careers. Lucky to have students who graduate. That's our goal, is for you to come here and graduate in 3 or 4 years. If you graduate, we have some great opportunities for you in graduate school. We have 3 graduate programs. One of those graduate programs is a Master's of Business Administration. Another is a Master's of Arts in Organizational Leadership. And the final one is a Master's of Science in Human Resource Management. So you could go to Charleston Southern and get an undergraduate in HR and then get a master's degree in human resource management. These are great opportunities for us. You can see that we have students who are very, very excited about graduating from college after their 4-year experience here. I want you to follow us on social media. And these are our links. Now, I don't know, I don't do Facebook, I don't do Instagram, I don't do Twitter, but you all might. I know that a lot of people do. So if you would, write down these handles so that you can get access to what's going on at CSU. So for Facebook, it's at CSU SO Busy, the School of Busy. For us in Instagram, it's CSU Biz School. On Twitter, it's CSU Biz School. And every once in a while, you'll see a picture or you'll see a link. I think that recently I did a video right here from my house for all our students to let them know that they needed anything, they could call me. So, and help them through this rough situation. And if you're concerned about maybe the different degrees that we offer, you can always go to the Charleston Southern webpage, charlestonsouthern.edu/business to get that information. Okay. I want you to take this time to think about being a part of what we have going on in the College of Business at Charleston Southern. We have great opportunities. I think our internship is probably the best among the 3 schools in Charleston. We also have great sponsors, great internship sponsors. We have terrific, caring faculty who are there for you. And I think that's important to know that we're teachers by practice, and we're there to help you learn so that you have a great career in business. Now, if anybody has a question, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Yes. Hi, Professor. My name is Trina. I'm just curious. I have a question for you. So personally, I am undecided as of this point on my college major. I'm still a high school junior, but obviously considering coming to Charleston Southern. I'm curious, for someone who is prospectively looking at pursuing a business degree, what would be kind of your elevator pitch? What would be an advantage to having a business degree? How would you encourage someone to pursue business?
Okay, well, most people when they graduate from college go to work in a career where business is what is done. That's the first thing. The second thing is there are very specific skills that we can provide that can help you develop a career. Liberal arts are great. I mean, you can get a degree in French, or you can get a degree in sociology or psychology. But even if you go to work as a psychologist or you go to work as a scientist, you're going to be in a business. And businesses are looking for people who have business skills. And the business skills that we provide, whether it's marketing, management, accounting, or economics, are things that you can carry with you a long way into the future. They give you and the thing about it at Charleston Southern is we provide a little bit of differentiation in that we look at it from a Christian worldview and want people to understand that business is good. And business is something that God created. And it's something that you can take into the marketplace to impact people's lives, whether you're an HR manager or you're the person that's making choices about the type of marketing that you're providing to encourage customers to use your product. So there's a lot of things that we do that you would use every day in your career.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
Oh, you're welcome. Does anybody else have a question?
Yeah, I had one question for you about graduate versus undergraduate programs.
Okay.
What would be the difference between getting, say, a bachelor's degree in supply chain management or human resources and then a graduate degree like an MBA? Like, what are the different pros and cons?
Okay. I'll give you an example about me. My undergraduate degree is in math and computer science, and I got an MBA because I wanted to improve my career track and have an opportunity to have more opportunities in leadership of the company. So an undergraduate degree in business, and whatever type of discipline you choose, will help you get into a career. I still believe that a master's degree, so we're going from bachelor's is kind of like an understanding of the concepts and the definitions and the rules, where a master degree is more theoretical and more applicable. So you go from understanding the rules as a undergraduate to being able to play the game as a graduate student. There's a big difference in the level of learning and the thought process that goes on at the graduate level. So you kind of learn the definitions, learn the practice as an undergraduate, but then you learn how to manage that practice and think critically about it as a graduate student. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir, it does. It's actually very interesting that you mentioned that you had an undergrad in computer science, because I'm definitely interested in going for my MBA at some point, but I'm deliberating between doing computer science or computer engineering as my undergrad or doing business undergrad and MBA.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whatever you want to do is fine. I know this. Charleston Southern has an extremely good computer science department. And we have worked with them, and we have students who have majored in both. Okay, they majored in computer science and majored in business. But we also have students who have gotten an undergraduate degree in computer science and then moved over and gotten an MBA in our College of Business.
Okay. Do career opportunities look different depending on what you do undergrad, regardless of having an MBA?
You know, until recently, let's say until last 8 weeks, with the COVID-19 and the crisis that we've gone through, you know, we were having, I can say this, we had no problem at all finding career opportunities for all our students. I do believe that in a long-term career, if you're looking to advance and be in a leadership position, that the MBA is the thing for you to do. We really don't have problems placing students in jobs still. So, you know, it just depends on what you want to do.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
If one wasn't sure with which kind of specialty they want to pursue within a business degree, upon coming to Charleston Southern, when do you have to decide, like, okay, I'm going into HR, or I want to pursue that economics specialty? When do you need to decide?
Okay, fortunately, what we do is we provide you 39 hours of what we call the general core. About 30 of that you do before, in your first 3 years of college. So you would learn a little bit about accounting. You would learn, you'd take an introduction to marketing, an introduction to management. You would take an econ course. You would get a real good background of all the activities that take place in business. And then from there, you could choose a major. So we really don't have what we call a pre-business major at CSU. Some universities have that, but you could come in as a management major or a marketing major. And then as you get through, say that you find that you really love management, or you really love human resources, or you really love accounting, then you can change your major. I recently heard that the average student changes their major 3 to 5 times while they're in college. So what we want you to do is when you come and you spend that first year at CSU, we want you to find your passion. We want you to find what you really like and what you really want to do. That's the important thing. And so we give you those opportunities. That's the reason that we have what we call a liberal arts core and a business core. So you can get a really good understanding of everything that's offered at CSU and then make that decision about what you want to pursue.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Who's next?
I actually had a question. I was wondering if you could elaborate a little more on that potential business trip to South Korea this upcoming semester.
Okay, what we do is, primarily, to be honest, we generally take juniors and seniors, okay?
Okay.
And what we do is, we were planning on going to Italy this spring. So in the even number of years, we'll go to Europe. In the odd number of years, we will go to Asia. Does that make sense? So
yes.
In 21, we'll go to Asia. So 23, we would go to Asia. 25, we would go to Asia. So you could essentially, as a student at CSU, you could go to Europe one spring, and then the next spring go to Asia. We suggest that you wait till you're a junior, and what we do is we give you course credit for the trip, in international business. If you want to know the cost, it costs generally somewhere between $3,000 and $3,000 and $3,500 to go on one of these trips.
Gotcha.
Does that help?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay.
So will it be more of will they be more study related trips? Will they be more intern based trips?
Okay, they're study based, and what we do is it's a 7-week course. So we might spend the first week and introduce you to business in that country, introduce you to the culture in that country, tell you a little bit about the geography, and then we would travel to that country and spend 10 days there, and then come back and wrapped up our learning the last couple of weeks of that semester.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Did I tell you where we were supposed to go, like to the glass plant in Venice? We were supposed to go to a Ferrari factory. We were going to go to the fuselage manufacturer for Boeing. We had some great things that we were offering that we were unable to do because of COVID.
That definitely sounds like it would have been a pretty cool opportunity. I hope you'll still be able to do it sometime in the spring.
I hope we will too.
Could you maybe expand a little bit, talk about like what your partnership is with Boeing as a company? Have any students interned there recently? What have their experiences been like?
Okay, Boeing has a very competitive internship, and what you have to do is you have to apply in the fall, and you compete across the globe with people for those internships. We do a better job of getting our graduate students into those internships than our undergraduate students, unfortunately. But we do occasionally have students who win out that competition and go. I'm trying to remember. It does not happen for us every year because it's a competitive thing where we're in a very limited number of students who get jobs here in Charleston.
So
I didn't mean to discourage you.
Oh, no, sir. I want to get that information. So you're saying it'd be best to pursue, in business at least, an internship opportunity with Boeing more when you're pursuing an MBA or another graduate level degree as opposed to when you're in your undergrad studies?
Well, as an undergraduate, you can apply, and there are opportunities there. I mean, we go out to Boeing almost every year for a field trip. Okay, and if students who have a very competitive resume have a great opportunity to get those jobs. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay, so no, we don't have a pipeline of 7 seats over at Boeing where we send 7 internships every year, but then neither do the other universities in South Carolina. They have a very, very competitive internship process.
Understandable. And I imagine that because they are such, they're expanding in this area, but I imagine there's not just local interest, there's probably national and even international interest.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Now, as a graduate student, we may be able to set something up. We have a company here called Bosch, which is an international company, and we have students who are graduate students who we place at Bosch, and while they're in graduate school, it's not exactly a co-op, but they intern at Bosch and do our MBA. Please do not be afraid to contact Riley or contact me, and I'm going to give you my email address, okay? My email address is dpalmer@csuniv.edu. So dpalmer@csuniv.edu.